Hey guys, it's Gabe, and the reason I'm making this video is to help explain what Rocket technology is and the problem that it solves for our customers. So, first, to state the problem, the thesis is that there's really only two acceptable models to ship LTL freight in the industry right now. That would be using a big box broker, Global Trans, Unishippers, CH Robinson, Echo Global Logistics, or Worldwide Express. Priority One would be in that as well. And so, using one of the big box brokers, or using a fancy TMS system to manage a bunch of carriers in one place, but you go direct with those carriers. Now, I'm going to break down why each type of shipper may use each one of those platforms. So a smaller, medium-sized business, as they scale, they use a big box broker because it gives them three advantages. One, gives them the advantage of rates. They can use the blanket rates from the broker, and even though there's a markup, they're still able to get a better rate there than going direct to a carrier. Two, it gives them a TMS system. They can access all of their carriers in one portal, make their BOLs, have some integrations. You may be able to automate BOLs, whatever it may be, but some integrations into your systems. And three, you get management, varying degrees from varying different companies. Obviously, Rocket Shipping, we do a really nice job of management. We handle everything from pickup through delivery, but you do get some management even with the ones who are not quite as advanced as us. So that's why somebody would use a third party like a big box broker. However, as that customer and as that shipper scales at a certain point in a certain spend, and it is nuanced based on what type of freight they have, and if it's going residential, and if it's dense, and if it's attractive to the carrier, and if they ship out of multiple warehouses, as you know, there's a bunch to consider. But at a certain point, it does make more sense cost-wise to go direct to carrier, to go direct to multiple carriers, because you get rid of the broker markup. And at a certain point, they can go get that wholesale pricing. If they spread it around to multiple carriers, they can actually save money. Here's the problem in that model. They can't spread it around to multiple carriers because they can't manage all of those relationships and book shipments in different portals. And they end up not knowing which carrier to use when, what each carrier is really doing for them, how the carriers are performing. And they have to use 5 different portals. So they end up consolidating to one big national carrier and saying, we go all in with FedEx Freight. And they're leaving savings on the table for convenience. However, they don't realize that they still have to manage all the claims and reconsignments, etc. And so the second model, the fancy TMS, was developed by Silicon Valley as a solution. It's not a very good solution, as you'll find out soon. So Silicon Valley thought, why don't we create a TMS system that just connects to all the carriers, and our customers can load in all their direct rates, and they can put them all in one platform. And so when they type in the zip codes, they get all the carriers. They know which one to use based on cost and transit time. Pretty simple idea. It works. Several enterprise level shippers were attracted to the Cubixes of the world, and they started using that. However, that's as far as it went. They were just bells and whistles. And the TMS systems that were made by Silicon Valley were made by people who had never shipped anything or had never shipped LTL freight. And so the systems, one, were kind of clunky. Two, the connections were slow, so only certain carriers can be in there. And three, you're still missing the management part. And so as these enterprise companies scaled, they had to bring in their operations in-house. And every time they added more orders, they had to add more people to manage those orders, manage the pricing, the relationships, all that goes on with LTL freight as you scale. Rocket technology was made to solve that issue. What we do is we are a TMS solution with third-party management. We allow our shippers to use their direct tariffs and our blanket rates in one portal. And to top it all off, we offer third-party management. We handle the reconsignments, we handle the claims, we handle the returns, we handle the reclasses and billing disputes. We also will handle the tracking and customer service side of it as well with our Horizon product. And so Rocket Tech really is an all-in solution for any size shipper who's spending over $1 million up to $100 million on LTL every year, because we can manage their carrier relationships, their pricing, and all that goes on with LTL. And our TMS was made by people who actually ship stuff. And so the KPIs that we track are not just average cost per shipment and total spend. We're looking at carriers' performance over a 3-month trailing system. And so I'm going to show you that quick. In our system, you can quick go onto your reports tab, click on carrier performance, and you can see each carrier's performance, how many shipments they had with an issue, how much was damaged, late, lost, missed pickup, short. You can also see all kinds of different metrics like rate changes over time with exceptions. So when I go into this, I click rate changes, you're going to be able to see How many reways, limited access deliveries, lift gates, residential services were added, and how many times there was a quote that did not bill the same rate or billed a higher rate. And so we're going to track in our TMS the info that actually matters to a shipper. And what matters is how the carriers are performing, if they're doing what they say they're going to do, getting it there on time and when they say they will, and how they're really doing for claims and reconsignments and what those costs really add up to. And so with Rocket Technology, you can scale your operations and you can scale up your number of shipments without having to hire additional operations support, because we do the auditing, the labor, and the negotiations on your behalf and collaborate with you. That's the difference with Rocket Technology. I hope this video helped. If you have questions, reach out. You can always hit me up on LinkedIn or give me a call. Appreciate it, guys.